Job chapters 20 and verse 4 says, Knoweth thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the tribe of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrites but for a moment. Alright, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Harakah, Quadash, giving double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutes to all the 144,000 elect out there. Aria coming back at you with another lesson, Akim. So, Job, this is from Job chapters 20. The whole of the chapter is holy for me up in here, holy for me up in here. I could get into, I'd say in future videos. So, but I want to home in on this word here. The triumphing of the wicked is short, because at the end of their teva, the ease are at the end of their teva, and all the Goyim nations, in every way, in every sense of the word, they're coming to the end of their teva. Right? Prophecies in Daniel go into that. Daniel chapters 2, Nebuchadnezzar's dream. Daniel chapters 7, Daniel chapters 12. All significant prophecy that we have reason to look forward to pick up our heads and say, yeah man, give praises to the Most High, Yahweh Shemir Shah. Also in Luke chapters 21 and 38, it says, lift up your heads, raise your heads erect when you see all these things taking place. Right? Uprisings, wars, rumors of wars. We're in wars. We're in the beginning of World War III. It's going to pick up momentum. And everything as far as famines, we're in the beginning of famine of the word. All prophecies coming to pass, man, Abarazah. So that's why Yahushua said to his disciples, raise your head erect when you start to see these things taking place. These prophecies is a sign of his presence. So that's all more reason to feel motivated and pick up speed at the end of this marathon run, Abarazah, we endure to the end. The triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrites but for a moment. As usual, I must be allowed to get into some of these words. Like I say, it's not going to be no long thing. It's going to be a quick video, Abarazah. Just a word search we have here, like I like to do. This is part of our worship, getting into these words in the Hebrew and the Greek as well, and the etymology. So Google now, triumph, the meaning says a great victory or achievement. Victory, win, conquest, success, achievement. Right, for those of us that are into any form of sports, or it doesn't necessarily have to be sports, it could be chess, it could be any one of those kind of conundrum games. You call these games word games. There's a whole heap of word games and board games. You want to win. Hopefully you win. You enter into it. Could be a competition, a chess competition, whatever the case may be. You enter onto it. You want to be successful. And on the left hand side, the ease. They've been successful for quite a while. Success, achievement, having us, we're behind enemy lines, having us as their property, right? Their ownership. And it's all part of the Most High's plan. Deuteronomy 28. So they're used to taking victories. Revelations chapters 18, man. They see them, and Isaiah 47. They look at themselves as virgins, right? Which they haven't been touched. Well, when they're going to be touched, it's going to be dramatic for them. When Yahushua returns with his 144,000 elect, his host of heaven, and all his warrior angels, Daniel, Gabriel, Uriel, Micah, Allah, Raphael, all his warrior angels going to return with him, his host of angels and the 144,000 warriors returning. And we're going to touch them up. We're going to touch them up. This great Babylonian virgin woman going to be touched up, right? So yeah, they ain't used to being touched up, right? More than touched up, going to be destroyed. So that's them, right? Triumphal. They've been triumphant for such a long time, and they're not used to taking L's, right? Babylon, them, and even a lot of these other nations as well, right? Russia, these European nations as well, right? Over there in the Middle East, when they get touched up, it ain't gonna be no little skirmish or tribal war. Gonna be the war to end all wars. Triumph. So triumph, an example. Give an example. Try to get into these words, but to the best of my ability, and I'm doing this because I want to come out of my comfort zone, take myself out of my comfort zone. That's what we like. That's what we do. Right? As far as getting into words, the Hebrew and the Greek, our brothers are to become more rounded out as we grow and learn more in this truth, right? Through the power and the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. They earned, so the example here, triumph, example in the Google. They gained a magnificent triumph over the invading army. They celebrated their triumph. Oh, thinking about the Roman army, boy, yeah, they was victorious Roman army, right? Now we have the revived Roman army with all their military might and technology. Then it was just a rough and a raw strategic approach to their enemy, the Roman army. And they also had the man of sin, Alexander. He's known as the one that's put sin into the earth. You might say the originator of sin. Their hero, Alexander the Great. That little horn, which after a while he was fragmented, and he succumbed to some say some form of it was a curse from the Most High, but some form of plague or some form of some say it could have been malaria, some form of plague or sickness that the Most High deleted him in a young age. He died at a very young age, Alexander the Great. So I'm just thinking of the word, I'm just thinking of successful examples. Alexander the Great, all of the empires, Nebuchadnezzar, right? When he came and he plagued the he plagued the ancient Babylonians, or sieged the ancient Babylonians, Nebuchadnezzar, and overtook them. And the Grecians, the Medes and the Persians, the Grecians and the modern day Romans, which the ancient Romans, like I said, their military might was a force to be reckoned with. The ancient Roman army, a force to be reckoned with. Right, but that could be another video going into some of the history of them. And so we have today the modern day Romans, which they're a force to be reckoned with. They haven't taken an L with all the technology what they have, all the missiles, the serpent missile, the fiery flying serpent. I think I did a video on that. The fiery flying serpent, where that thing they can go around corners, heat sense missiles, and it can go around corners and it just moves around it literally looks like a serpent. The intercontinental ballistic missiles and all the above technology that they got up there, the satellites, right, which that's their eyes up there, right, because they're trying to imitate God. Now let me get back to this. Just thinking of some examples of how these modern day Romans have been triumphant, just like the ancient Romans have been. They have celebrated their triumph with a parade through the streets of the city. Yeah, First World War and the Second World War. Right, there was a big parades in the street over here in the Mother of Babylon, over in Leicester Square, Trafalgar Square. The place was Ramah. You can check that out on Google too. the victory what they had, the First and the Second World War, and all the things that they did, man. You know, the more you go into it, you know, with the anyway, the rabbit, like I said, the rabbit hole goes deep. So yeah, the streets of the they celebrated their triumph with a parade through the streets of the city. They were able to achieve an important triumph against their chief rivals, right? Babylon, the mother of Babylon. First World War and the Second World War, 1945, the Second World War. There was all these parades around those times. 1914, then 1945, all these parades over their victories, which 1914 was the beginning of the Second World War, the First World Wars. So there was a whole heap of, when they won and they came back, they were celebrating. You got some of these who still alive in the Second World War. I've met some of them, and they got some testimonies to make mention of. Not, and good and bad. So, for example, there, triumphs. You know, we looked at triumph, triumphing in the Google. I'm just trying to get all the meat off this bone. Win, succeed, be successful, come first, be the victor, be victorious. Now, Google. I mean the etymology now in the online etymology dictionary. Says it's going to be very similar, but it gives you the etymology though as well, and the Latin here, celebrating victory in war from the Old French triumph, Modern French triomphe, from the Latin trumus, I'm butchering it, triumphmus, something to that effect. An achievement, a successful celebratory possession for a victorious general or admiral. From Old Latin, they have it. That's why a lot of these generals and a lot of these captains and generals and sergeants, they brandish their victories on their shoulders. They brandish it via their medals that they have. Some have a couple of medals on their shoulder on one side. Some may have a couple of medals on both sides of their shoulders. It's all brandishing their victory and their triumphs, their achievements that they've had, their successes, the general or admirals. Right? The more you get into it, the more you see how really high they the scripture said that they have set themselves on high as an eagle. Mainly focus, if we mainly focus on the Roman army, right? They set themselves, the Romans on Babylon, set themselves on high as an eagle, and it's all their victories why they feel makes them so proud. Victories, so they brandish it on their banners, on their shoulders, like I said, right? In their symbolisms, the proud eagle. That's all I wanted in that, because I did touch on it a little bit on the highways and the byways. Know if thou not, back to the blue letter, Job 20 and 40. Know if thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth. Right? With the more, like I say, Daniel goes into all of these victorious for a period of time, triumph for a period of time, up for a period of time. The ancient Babylonians, the Medes and the Persians, the Grecians, the ancient Romans, triumphant, very triumphant. And the more you get into it, the more you which are some future videos to get into. The triumph of the empires, the rise and fall of the empires. Right? Wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrites but for a moment. I want to see something. Here. The triumph of the wicked is short, NKJV. The triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrites but for a moment. The triumph of the wicked, NLT. The triumph of the wicked has been short-lived, and the joy of the godless has been only temporary. NIV, that the mirth of the wicked, mirth, joy, joyful times, happy times, party times, mirth. The mirth of the wicked is brief, the joy of the godless lasts but a moment. Alright, so so many words, but this is the whole heap of meeting. We'll just hit some of these words here in some of the let's see what it says in some of the Greek. H7445, the triumphing. Looked at it in the Google. Ringing, cry, shout for joy. Parades in the street. And they went to town, they did, when them soldiers came back. They went to, they literally went crazy and they jumped for joy. You can imagine all the drinking that they was doing, the partying, catching up on lost time with the women's them. You know what I mean? The shout out for the joy, joyful singing, and the singing. Right, it gives you an idea of that when you look, just go into some of those times when after the First World War and the Second World War, you get an idea of that. And also after when we came out of Egypt too, we had a lot of victories. We had some W's. Yeshua, Israel had some W's. Yes, we did, because Yahushua doesn't have no L's. Yahushua don't take no L's. Don't take no losses. Right? Yahweh ultimately don't take no losses. And when he's for you, who can be against you? But when we cried to him, he came for our aid. He sent judges, he sent prophets, and he delivered us all throughout the scriptures. Right? The more you get into it, judges like Samson, you know what I mean? Gideon, all those judges and prophets, Elisha, Elijah. When we cried, when we went off, we always kept going off, all throughout the time of up until this very day. Now he's the Daniel chapters 30 and 7. Now the curses are coming off of us, right? Because the elect are calling, turning to the right and praying to him day in, day out, keeping our medicine strong. And we're going to see the ultimate triumph, which is going to be Yahshua Allah via Yahushua leading the charge and his 144,000. But we had some triumphant times. Anytime we called upon the Lord, he came to our aid, and we had victory over our enemies. So we've had a taste of a lot of that. Yes, we know both sides, because that was a part of the idea of the movie, for us to experience both sides. High priest, elder Abba Bibbins, high priest king Abba Bibbins, if I'm saying it right. He said we have to understand how to be good judges. We have to understand both the left-hand side and the right-hand side, the positive and the negative, in order for us to be good rulers and good kings and judges. The older high priest, King Abba Bibbins, made mention of that. So that's why we had to experience. We both did experience both sides. Yeah, a shout for joy. We're gonna be good judges for that very reason, right? A shout for joy, a joyful voice, singing, triumphant. Like I say, Deuteronomy 28, we experience both sides. Now we're coming from under the curses and the wicked them, right? It's going under the curses. That's why we're looking at this word here, triumph of the wicked is short. Just want to hear this.
Strong's H7445, Renana, Renana.
Alright, that's how it's pronounced. Triumphant. So they're coming to the end of their triumph, right? I think one more word to sum it all up. Of the wicked is short. Right, H7138. Triumph of the wicked is short of time. Yeah. What did Daniel say to Belshazzar, the son of Nebuchadnezzar? It's in Daniel's chapters 5. He said, your days are numbered, in so many words. Writing was on the wall in so many words. Nemi, nemi, teki, teki, your days are numbered. Loosely paraphrasing. So, right, this is them, their time. They're under the time, the egg timer now. Right, the egg timer, the sand is dripping. The sand is dripping and the time is moving, and they're under a limited time. The writing is on the wall for them. Right. Right, the end is nigh. The end is nigh. And that's true. The end is definitely nigh. Right? Let me hear what he says.
Strong's H 7138. Karov. Karov.
So it's definitely, we're getting into a little bit of prophecy here, right? Right, the stage is set for the MOTB. That's the ultimate prophecy, and then the ultimate end thing. The end thing is the icing on the cake. The missiles, the intercontinental ballistic missiles, the war to end all wars. But the stage is set for the prophecies to come down the pipe first of all, and that's why we're seeing deletions now of their kings, their princes, their roles. Right, there's a whole heap of because so-called things happening. I wouldn't even say so-called. It's not even allegedly, but I'll say allegedly. Right, allegedly, some people are going missing. They can't. They don't know. Katie Middleton gone MIA at the moment, and nobody knows where she is. Is it a snuff thing? The snuff movie? I'm just allegedly, right? Just to cover myself, I say that, but they're capable of anything, right? Was it one of the Rothschilds, Jacob Rothschilds, Queen gone, right? She knows her judgment now. Prince Philip, the mother of King Charles now, right? All in just a matter of a short time, them kick the bucket. And we're going to hear more. Because, while we're looking at this word here, the triumph of the wicked is sure. The triumph of the wicked is sure. So, we looked at the word sharp, did we not? Sure. Go check it again, if I didn't. Sure, yeah. Place of time. Yeah, they're on borrowed times. Enough said on that. Let me hear that again.
Strong's H 7138. Karov.
Borrowed time. Sure. Hypocrite of the hypocrite. H26 and 11. Hypocrites, godless, profane, hypocrite. There you have it. Hypocrite.
Strong's H 2611. Chanef. Chanef.
Triumph of the wicked is sure. The triumph of the hypocrites. So we got more than enough there. More than it is, but for a moment. All right. A moment. H7228. There you have it. Self-explanatory. Very short space of time. Instant moment. Space. Suddenly. Right. Just like what happened to the Medes and the Persians. Right. Their downfall was sudden. There was a chink in the army, in the armor, and their downfall was sudden. Oh, you can say the same for Belshazzar, the son of Nebuchadnezzar. It was sudden. All of a sudden there was having feasting, partying with our role, Yashua Allah's golden cups and cutlery, silvers and spoons, right? What they robbed from the temple, and all of a sudden, Yahweh made that prophet come to him, Daniel, and let him know the writing was on the wall, and it was an instant, it was a momentary thing. Suddenly, Right? Your days are numbered, Belshazzar. Did you not read? Did you, in so many words, this is what Daniel said to him. Did you not read about your father, that proud Nebuchadnezzar? Your father, how proud he was when the Most High, when he was up and he was saying, is it not me that built Babylon the Great? Is it not I? Not giving any glory to the Most High. Is it not I that build all these things? And as he said it, it was in his mouth. And the Most High brought forward the actual, he became a beast. And that was sudden too. It's always for the Most High's time, right? It's all on the Most High's time. And it comes as a thief in the night, like the scripture says. And it came as a thief in the night with Belshazzar and Nebuchadnezzar. Right? Nebuchadnezzar was turned into a beast and he was restored, but when he was restored, he had to give the glory and respect where it was due. The true God, Yahweh Yahushua, and he made mention of how he said that Daniel's God is the true God. And a lot of the times throughout the whole of Daniel, right, all of the kings gave him glory for revealing the dreams. And the soothsayers were deleted. His soothsayers on the left hand side, his witches and his warlocks were deleted because they couldn't reveal the dream. But Daniel was placed in high positions as a governor, and the three faithful Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego also was placed in high positions as officers among the Babylonians. Governors and officers. Placed Nebuchadnezzar to Daniel, governor and officers. Hananias, Nazarias, and Mishael in the Hebrew. So, just to say, the triumph was short. It was always short, and it came suddenly at an instance. And we gave some examples. So that's more or less the point. Just wanted to get into some of those words. Like I say, there's more reason to get in more of the wicked. There's more here. But the point is made, right? Self-explanatory. The triumph of the wicked. We looked at some of the other translations. The triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment. And that's all I need to say. We went into some of these examples. And more reason for us to raise our heads erect. Luke chapters 21, from around 28 onwards. Look at those examples. Look at the prophecies being fulfilled, the MOTB, the digital currency, all being played and shown. The fall of the wicked, right? And that goes for our own people too, right? And also the wicked nigger woman too, right? Because we saw that video, right? we know the attitude. It's all being exposed. Everything's being exposed. And to the praise and the glory of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Because we want to see the end of all the wicked, whatever the case may be, yeah? Whoever they are, right? And all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua that it's short. Because the scripture said, if the Most High never cut short the days, no flesh would be saved. So the water to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua for putting the spirit on me to do this video. The triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. We're on to the next.